Welcome back. Today I'm changing the power steering pump on my wife's 2009 Kia Sportage 4-cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Try to get as much as I can. Better than the Tacoma, hopefully. This is what we're looking at here. So I've got some towels down because I can't empty out the power steering lines. So, but what I got to do is there is the low pressure hose here needs to come off. It's going to have fluid in it because it goes directly to the power steering reservoir. The high pressure hose has got to come off. It's going to have some fluid in it. So before I do any of that, I got to get this hose out of the way, or this wire harness. So it's got a bracket here and a bracket here. And then once I remove this and get it up at least out of the way or down, I can then take these hoses off. I'm going to put a towel under this as I pull it off and then lift it up so it doesn't get lost. And then I'm going to take the banjo hose off the same way. And there's only two bolts that holds this thing on. There is the pivot bolt, which is right here where my fingertip is. You got to tack it from the front. And then the tensioner bolt is here. So you pull the power steering pump back, you know, on the belt. Pretty good tension on the belt. And then let it go. I think they may have this too tight, to be honest. And it may be lightweight bad. Anyway, well, keep going. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take these line brackets off, 10mm bolts. I'm going to have to have a socket to do that. So, grab one. Well, I can do it. Maybe I can just get it this way. No, hold on, I'll do it. Try to keep all the tools with me. Gotta be careful because the engine dipstick is right here. Oh, that's tightening it. I'm an idiot. Ow. I knew that was gonna happen. Hit my hand. It's only smarts for a minute. So we'll get this off. Of course, it's always good to have I got a baby tray here. But hey, you know what? It works. So, and just you know, if you're taking things off, be careful. Watch for screws. Yeah, it looks like something was supposed to go there, and they broke it. So, no worries. We'll carry on. That's tight. That's left. Again, like I said, my engine dipstick's kind of in the way, so I wonder if that's the car's been off all day. I'm not gonna be able to get that on there, so I'll have to do it this way. I hope that's the right. Okay. So either that is the wrong bolt size, which I don't think it's a 12. I put a 12 on it earlier. I'm not able to get to it. Damn it. All right. Let me come back. All right. So we're gonna try to do it again. May have broke it. Let's see. See if I can pull it out now. I don't know. It seems like it was rounded off a little bit. Let's see. That's just a bracket. So if it starts leaking, it starts leaking. I can't get the ratchety wrench in there. I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Can't seem to get it by hand just yet. Ah, there we go. Just a little brute force. That's all it needed. Alright, whoops. Same as the other one. So this bracket is attached. Alright, so I'm just going to lift it up and try to keep it out of my way. I got some, wished I had zip ties, but I don't. So all I got is bungee cord, and I'll probably move the camera, so I'll have to come back. Let's see what I've done. Alright. I'll keep it out of the way temporarily. Okay. Now for the fun part that I don't want to do, but I have to do anyway. So. I got step one of the tripod though. I got a holder for the phone with a screw to go on a tripod, and I just need to get a tripod. Oh boy, this is the part I didn't want to do. But I have to get the belt off. So, I mean, in theory, it's 14. Probably take the belt off before I start this crap. Wrong one. I'm not real sure. Yep, that's on there. Somebody was happy. I feel like I'm gonna pull the damn engine off. Alright, let me switch sockets and see if I can get a... Now that that cable's gone, let's see if I can get a hold of it. Sockets I don't need in my pocket. There we go. All right. See, the problem I had a while ago was the AC hoses are in the way, so an extension is not going to work. But that may also be the downfall too, because see, they need to make an extension that's just long enough. I don't have a 14 millimeter freaking, I don't have a 14 millimeter deep socket. That's probably what you need for this, is a deep socket. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make it work. Yep. So I need just a smaller extension. Or take the bracket for the AC off. But I can't because it's these lines, the pressure lines are actually all in the way. So I wonder if I can move just a hair, but is it enough? I don't think it is, just to be honest. All right, see what we can do. I can't see. And then if I do get it on there, I can't turn the damn thing. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Now it's on there and I'm stuck. Yep, I figured that was gonna happen. All right. Yeah, that was kind of dumb, wasn't it? I'm gonna tear up the AC hoses trying to get a freaking jiggle valve off. All right. When I got it on there, I can get it off, right? They move a little bit. There we go. Okay. We're gonna reapproach it. I'm trying to break it from the bottom. Got just enough room. Boy, they don't give you any room to work. All right, how are we gonna do this? Tell me. Psychologically from the future, tell me if you're watching this. How do we get this off? Go buy a deep socket, right? Yeah. That's what I thought. I had a breaker bar. Alright, we'll try it again. That's left. Yeah, that's right. I think they got this thing torqued down to 1,000,000. All I need you to do is just loosen. I get it. Try to shake it loose a little bit. Try not to hit myself in the face while I'm doing it. Yeah, I think they just got this on there way too tight. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. As far as I can tell, that's nothing but that, yeah. It is only these 2 bolts, I have confirmed that. So maybe if I get this hose out of the way, I can get in there a little bit, because that's what's stopping me. So, let's get ready for that. I didn't want to do that, because you don't want power steering fluid on your belts. And let me get my paper, my pad, put it back down properly seated so it'll catch anything that may or may not come out. I mean, I know something's going to come out, that's for sure. How much, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to come out while I'm moving the hose clamp. Or I'd hope that just removing the hose clamp wouldn't cause an issue, but you never know. This would probably be better with some needle nose pliers. I ain't got none, or at least I can't find them. So I can do this on my truck super easy. Apparently on my wife's car, it's not gonna happen. And I mean removing hose clamps. This would work better if my channel locks would work better. That's a good clamp though. Oh, there we go. You just gotta hold your mouth right, that's all. All right, George, moment of truth. That's when you need the pick tool. all the pick tool is for is to, you're not cutting the hose, you're just trying to get it in there and break that seal a little bit. Try not to score the metal while you're at it. Just work it around. Damn clamps. Now it's in my way. Yeah, we'll have to move it a little bit more. I can't grip the hose where I want to grip the hose. Alright. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to keep it from getting on the belt. All right, as you start getting towards the end, gravity's gonna do what gravity's gonna do, and it's gonna leak. Okay? So, what I'm doing is just plugging the hose a little bit, putting that on it, trying to get it up. Remember, you know, it's kind of like if you've ever done any type of training as an EMT, you gotta get it above the wound, right? So all I'm doing, I just got it clipped off here a little bit. Okay, no biggie. All right, and that pad did what that pad was supposed to do. Well, that stinks. Okay, now maybe I can go in here with my extension, or without my extension. Maybe I can get this turned. It doesn't seem like it wants to fit anymore. Okay. Yep. Now that let me break it enough to start turning. I don't know if it's enough to let me use the ratchety wrench or not. So there is going to be a little slow leak. So we're going to remove this, but if you were just doing the belt, again, this is the pivot bolt for the tensioner. All you're doing with this, you're not backing it out, you're just loosening it up. If you were just going to change the belt, which I'm not going to just change the belt, because I'm not changing the belt. The belts were just changed. We're going to take apart. We're going to take it off and replace it. I don't want to let go. There we go. Let go. Say, let go, my ego. All right. I'm trying to keep my tools put up as best as I can. I'll go ahead and use a shop towel and try to get some of that out. All right, so the next thing to get off is the, oh, I need to loosen the tensioner. And then hopefully not lose the belt in the process, because I really don't know where the heck it goes. So we'll go with that. All right. Next step is the tensioner, which is another 14mm. I think I showed it to you already, so I'm not gonna pull the camera around just to do that. What I'm looking for now is my extension. Can't find it. There we are. Okay. Alright, so this one needs to come towards me. Wiring harness is in the way just a smidge. I'm gonna let it go for a second while I loosen this. Again, this is one of those. So this doesn't have an automatic tensioner. You kind of just got to get a pry bar and pry the damn thing. So, I mean, it looks like it was pretty well hand tightened. Yeah. So, that's still not enough. So. It doesn't even have a lot of travel, so it doesn't have a lot of travel. So trying to get the belt off with without taking the tensioner bolt off may be a challenge, but I mean, it seems like I can do it. It's loose now. It's loose down at the bottom. I'm really just trying to see where in the heck it goes. I think it only goes around that one pulley, crankshaft bolt, which should be right there. So, yeah, I might have to take that bolt out. So this bolt appears to have 3 washers on it. So when you remove it, you know, like with anything, don't forget the washer. It's got a crush washer on it. I'd say a pressure washer, but that doesn't sound right. Yeah. So actually, it seems like even with removing it, that may not be enough. There we go. Alright, so I was able to slip that off. What we're gonna do is just back it up nice and pretty. Okay. Again, it looks like, yeah, as far as I can tell, it only goes on the one pulley. So we'll test that before we get too far. Alright, so now the bolt that everyone dreads, I've heard it called a banjo. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it off. I mean, we're gonna have to. I ain't got no choice. It's got to be changed. So smidge tighter. Now this, oh yeah. Okay, so these channel locks are not good. So I will be back. So I didn't have the right tool to get the the high pressure bolt off. So I went to the store, got the biggest sockets I could find for what I have. Still didn't work. So it looks like I need a 15/16, which is a little bit bigger than a 7/8, or a something bigger than a 22, because that's what it is. Now the other problem comes that there looks like there's a nut underneath the banjo cap, and I don't have a clue as to how to get that off. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put it back together. So I'll take you along to put it back together, but we're not gonna be able to change it. So that's the banjo nut that's giving me a problem. I had a pair of vice grip channel locks, better than the original ones I had. They actually keep closed as you're pushing pressure away. And I got it to move, and I realized it's on that nut. So straighten it back out, and I'm gonna get the belt back on, and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, and it's a problem because it needs to be changed, because it's almost like it's got some air in it or something. It doesn't happen often. It goes out, especially when it's cold. Squeals are hard to turn the wheels, and then like if it's warm, it's just fine. So I don't know what the problem is. I mean, it could even be just a bad belt. Maybe he had it too damn tight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get the hose back in. I'll loosen up this bracket, and then I'll put the belt back on and go from there. So I tightened back the tensioner pulley, or tensioner nut, just to give me some freedom to hold the pump steady while I tried to loosen it, and it just didn't work. So I'm gonna do the bolt, or I'm gonna do the belt first, just because, not belt, I'm sorry. I'm going to do the hose first, just because I have it bent, and I don't want it to get a memory of itself being bent like this. So I need to make sure I had it plugged with the fluid. Ah, I'm leaking again. Oh no, that's not good. All right, well, lesson learned there, buddy. Now I got power steering fluid everywhere. Pull you back out of the way. All right, this is going to be a little bit more trickier than I thought, because as soon as I bring the hose down below the level, it starts leaking out. All right, I got it in. It's actually okay that I did that, because it it's not okay. Let me be clear. I should have flushed these lines. What I meant was, in a funny way, it lubricated the joint, the hose connection, so I could get in there and put that in. So let me just make sure nothing got on this pulley. Yeah, there's some on that pulley. I'm gonna have to clean that out. Let me move these pads here. So I don't know how bad power steering fluid can damage something, but I don't want to find out. So what I'm gonna do is I should probably clean my hands first. Get that stuff off. All right, now I can clean this pulley pretty good. All right, so as long as it's not, you know, I just don't want it to tear up the belt, which is a concern. Okay, so that's in. We'll get the hose clamped back on. This would be easier if I had a needle nose, but I mean, these work for what I'm doing. If I can get them in there. Oh no, I don't want to have to keep attacking it like this. Yeah, that works a lot better. Okay, so that's in there. Went and bought new sockets. I needed them anyway, but yeah, it's just not fun. That looks like, I mean, it looks like it's dried. It's not pulled, so I maybe cleaned it a little bit. I'm gonna get this belt back on if I can. I mean, I got it off, so I'm sure I can get it back on. You know, kind of have to walk it on. There we go. It's almost in. I'm going to use the pick tool, but I'm not going to use the sharp side. I'm just going to kind of use it as a little pulley to get it over the hole, sit it in there. All right, so that's in. So now I just need to tighten it up. For that, I'm gonna move this cable again. Yeah, it seems to move pretty well. I think it seriously just goes. Let me just double check that I have this damn thing on. I can't see how far it goes. I mean, there's no extra tension in it. So we'll take it from there. It's not as tight as it was, so I could probably loosen it up and get a little breaker in there. And don't really want to push on the timing cover. That wouldn't be smart. I could push on that bolt. if I had a crowbar, which I think I have, actually, I could do that. I do got a crowbar. Let me see. Let me just see how tight that is. Seems a little loose. Let me see what I can do real quick. I'm gonna loosen this up just so I can move it again. If you're gonna do this, be careful. I'm on the timing cover, but I mean, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. Yeah, that's in there. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock it down hand tight first. Put everything back together, and then I'll torque it back down. So. What did I move that wire thing? Oh, I moved that hose. Ain't that something? Ain't that something special? I'll tighten it back down with a ratchety. And then I'll figure out how I want to attack it in a minute. I'm not taking that hose back off again, no. I may end up taking it off. I don't know. I don't want to. I can see a little bit better now. Oh, look at that. What's that? Oh, shit. I done lost two things in this car. I don't think this belt is seated on the bottom correctly, because now I cannot. Cannot seam. Okay, so we'll say seam to get to this bolt. There we go. That's the wrong way. We don't want to go that way. We want it to stay on wherever we put it. I can see it coming from the back here. I don't know why power steerings are so complicated. You ever thought about that? I have. Once or twice. Okay. Cannot start the car up because I have lost two things in this vehicle, which is crazy. I've lost first thing I lost wasn't a magnet. second thing I lost was a wrench. So, I mean, that looks lined up. There is another issue with the car. It looks like it only goes over that one pulley. The other issue is, let's see, make sure I didn't drop nothing on the alternator. I don't think I did. I mean, there's a little leak there, but this surface looks really good. It's not leaking from there. I know I've lost a little bit of power steering fluid. Actually, my dipstick's gone. Oh, shit. I'm not sure if this one, I'm not sure if it has a dipstick. Yeah, it stings, but I don't think it has a dipstick. Yeah, no, you just have to look at it. So, and of course you can't see shiznit in here. It may have had too much power steering fluid in it. You know, that's always possible. This surface does not want to mate. Okay, so I'm pretty tight across the board. I need to see if I can get my socket in there and tighten that up a little bit. So we'll see what I can come up with. It's really this damn hose is in the way. I may have to pull that hose out again. God, that sucks. Yep, I don't know what I was thinking. It's all up in the way of everything, and I don't have a stubbers. And I could reach in here and do it this way. If I could get the socket in there. Yeah, but I'm getting stuck in the air lines again. See? And I need to go down with it, not up. Yeah, that's gonna be stupid. Yeah, I can't sit on it. All right, I'm hitting airlines and hoses, so I guess before I torque it down, I'm gonna have to, we'll have to hit it with the, we'll have to remove the hose. Fucking shit. Yeah, I need to push down, right? So I need to go right. So this hose doesn't seem to be in the way of anything, so I may let it run for a second just to make sure it's back on, and I'm gonna go get tools to get that stuff out.